Hi, my name is Adam Brack with the Golf Academy, the Ombre. This is our second segment to what we did on our last video, and that was about hip flexibility. We gave you a few exercises to work and try to get the hips in a more flexible position to be able to rotate the hips. The second part that we're going to cover today is, it's actually second and third part, is we're going to cover hip strength. This piece of equipment is called the Somax Hip Trainer, and what it does is it's got a spring coil at the bottom to create tension, and it's actually a workout machine that you start getting your hips engaged and start building your glutes and your hips, your hip flexors, IT bands and things like that. And it's a wonderful device. We've been using it for about 3 months now, and I've seen some awesome results from it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple demonstrations. This is about a 15-minute workout that you do every other day, and I'm just going to demonstrate a few things so it gives you an idea of what the machine does. The first one is just flexibility. So there's not a lot of tension here. And what we're going to do is we're just hold the belt and we start to turn here. And what we start doing is we start learning how the hips are supposed to turn during the golf swing. Everything that we do day to day, our hips pretty much stay even with our body. So everything we do, we move together. We don't do anything to where our hips turn independently from our upper body. And that's what we need, and that's a requirement in the golf swing. So what tour players get that we don't get. Really, the difference between tour players and amateurs is hip rotation. The more your hips turn, the less your arms and hands have to manipulate the golf club. So this is the warm-up routine where you start just working on turning the hips, getting them warmed up, working on flexibility, working on the communication between your brain and your hips, and how to actually engage the muscles we want to engage. So we do that session for 2 minutes. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do another station for you to get an idea on how we turn. So I'm rotating this, so whenever I spin this back forward, I'm going to be working against the resistance of the spring down the bottom of this piece of equipment. I'm going to buckle in here, swing around, and so now I'm going to be fighting the tension. So now here's a full rotation. And this is what we don't get as amateurs, is hip rotation that tour players do. And so the 3 reasons is flexibility, strength, and then just the communication between the nerves, between the brain and the muscle fibers on how to actually turn the lower body and work your muscle groups. So this is one of the workouts that we do. Okay? Here's rotation, and we would do this going both ways because we want to strengthen both sides of the hips, not just the front. And here's our rotation. Okay? One of the ones that we don't like but are very, very productive for the hips is the last part of the workout. And the last part of the workout here in your 15-minute workout, so the last 2 minutes of the 15 minutes is high-speed reps. So I'm going to go and swing around the opposite direction than what I just did. So now I've loaded up the spring. All right, and this is a 20-second workout. We're going to cut it down to 10 seconds just so because you'll get the concept when we do the first 10 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and start.
Go.
Here we go.
Time.
So there were 16 reps in 10 seconds. The record on the machine with the gentleman over in the west coast of San Francisco that actually developed this is 60 reps per 20 seconds. So very fast. The faster the hips move, the less the arms and the hands become independent and try to hit the golf ball. And that's really where we have issues with divots too early, club faces open and close. So the more active the hips are, the less the hands are getting involved. And that really is something that really helps your golf swing get more consistent. So swing by the Golf Academy, check it out. We'd be more happy to show you the machine. If we want to get something ordered for it, we can help you out there too. Thanks so much and look forward to seeing you. This is another illustration that we use with our students to get them to understand the concept of leverage. If a golfer is constantly swinging from the top of this drum, you'll never get any real consistency for the beat in the drum with any type of speed. If you use the hips or the handle down at the bottom, you can actually turn them with a lot less effort and get much more speed and club head speed and beat speed out of the drum.
more the club had.